Alright guys, how you doing? It's Geordie Prepper here, and I just thought I'd give you an update to my battery and my power situation. As I said in a previous video, I had a problem with a AAA AA battery charger, the Technoline BL700, which was a really amazing charger. I absolutely loved it, and it always got the best out of my batteries, but it essentially broke. I just discovered that recently. I replaced it with a Yoshiko YC4000, which you see here, and it's been great. It's been starting to condition my batteries again better. The Technoline, when it was broken, it just wasn't charging and discharging the batteries properly at all. And what I've found with the Yoshiko is that it's doing the batteries a lot better. It's charging them to 1.5 volts instead of 1.55, which I'm starting to think is better anyways for rechargeables, which settle at around 1.2 volts. The stated milliamp hours on the battery, it's getting really close to that with this charger. Getting slightly over, especially on the inner loops, because they're so good batteries. The Yoshiko's been a really good buy for me, and I'm starting to get much happier with my battery and my power situation, but I've got a lot of testing to do, further testing to do. It's going to take me at least another week or two to be absolutely really happy with my battery situation. And there was a feature on the Yoshiko which I missed out on mentioning on my previous video. It's got a USB port on the back. So essentially what you could do is, like with this Goal Zero charger, which is meant for a solar setup, what you can do is you can plug the Goal Zero charger into the back of the Yoshiko, attach it with USB, and then obviously on the Goal Zero Guide 10 Plus you've got like the solar input and then a USB output and the power switch and the light selector. I've charged these Goal Zero batteries because these ones have always given us the most trouble for some reason. They never just seem to work right with the Technoline. And they still don't seem to work right with the Yoshiko either. They just don't seem to charge properly and discharge properly. And, you know, it says on the battery here, charge only with a Goal Zero charger. I charged them in the Guide 10 Plus charger plugged into the back of the Yoshiko, but it just didn't seem to take very long to charge them. The steady green light came on, which means that they're charged, and it just doesn't seem like it's put enough juice in the battery. So I'm going to test the batteries now and see what their voltage is. But I'm thinking even though the voltage might show correct, I'm not exactly sure how much I'm going to get out of the battery. So what I've also been doing, and as a final test to make me happy with my batteries as they are now, I've been putting batteries into my gear, and I have a table of run times from some tests which I did like 3-4 years ago. So I'm going to compare all the batteries and put them in the torches which I did for those previous tests. And then I'm going to see what the runtime is for them now. And then I'm going to compare it. Hopefully it'll either be equal to or possibly slightly better than when I did the tests 3-4 years ago. I'm just interested to see what these Goal Zero batteries are saying voltage wise. So that's 1.3 volts, which is right. I mean, that's pretty much what it should be. Rechargeable batteries tend to stabilize around between 1.2 and 1.3. 1.3, okay, so that the voltage seems okay so far. But like I said, I don't know if the amount of juice in them, so to speak, is actually right, because they were only in the charger for like 2 or 3 hours and then it said it was full. And when I took the batteries out, they weren't warm, so there didn't seem to be a huge amount of current going into them. And yet the charger said that they were full, so I don't know. I mean, they seem okay, like 1.3 volts. I'll try these Eneloop Pro batteries, see what they're like. I discharged and recharged these today. And I've always found with the Eneloops that they settle at a higher voltage and they maintain that higher voltage for longer than other batteries. So I'm expecting these to be a little higher. Yeah, 1.38. I'll expect that the other batteries are about the same level. Yeah, 1.38. We'll just try the final two and then, yeah, 1.38. Yeah, inner loop batteries, they tend to settle at a higher voltage than other batteries I've found. They're really, really good batteries. But there's also the Fujitsu batteries that I've got, and apparently they're made in the same factory as the inner loop, and the Fujitsu are just as good, you know. They have the same characteristics, they settle at a higher voltage. Well, I mean, those batteries seem okay. And as I said, the Yoshiko has been conditioning my batteries that I have at the minute and bringing them back to the amount of charge in them, like the milliamp hours and the voltages when I'm putting them in the charger and discharging them. The starting voltage and the bottom end of the voltage seems to be correct now. So I think what it's doing is it's resurrecting the batteries that I had and which weren't getting charged and discharged right with the Technoline. So I'm much happier about my power and the battery situation now. But I've got, like I said earlier, you know, I've got a lot of testing more to do. The final test is putting them in the gear, seeing what the run times are, and then recharging them, and then just leaving them. But like I said, I think the batteries which are going to give me the most trouble is the Goal Zero. So to be honest, what I'll do is I'll just, if they are going to be a problem, if I can't bring them back to how I would like them and what the state that they're going to give us, because it does state that the 2,300 milliamp hours nickel metal hydride batteries, and it looks like these were made around 2012. So, I mean, to be honest, my current batteries are starting to get on a bit now. I've had them for like 6 years or more, but the performance that I'm still getting out of them is really, really good. So I'm really happy with all of my cells, all of my batteries that I do have. The only ones which I don't really trust is the Goal Zero ones, because they just never seem to charge right. They never seem to charge for like a few hours. They just seem to charge, and you know the charger says is that they're charged, but I don't know. I just never seem to get the duration out of them, which I would expect, given what they say on the tin, so to speak. That's my current situation. I'm a lot happier now with them than what I was. It's not over yet though, but I just want to say, guys, you know, whatever sort of power battery situation you've got, whether it is just, you know, with AA's, AAA's, 18650s, whatever, or if you've got a solar power situation on your homestead and you've got batteries in that solar setup, I mean, and if it was installed a few years ago, I would say now is a good time to completely dismantle your system and have someone who's capable of checking it and then reassembling it. Make sure that each of the individual batteries which make up your power pack, make sure that each of the individual batteries are good, because you might find that your system looks okay. You know, it might say everything's okay, but you know, you might have just one bad egg. And if that's the case, it'll be starting to degrade the system itself and degrade the performance that you're getting. So make sure you check your preps, guys. It's just so important to check your preps, because this problem, I might not have even picked up on it. I mean, you put batteries in a charger and you just let it do its thing. You don't tend to manually observe and watch it whilst it's doing its thing. But it's only because I did take some time to do that I found out that I did have a problem. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Be safe, be prepared. Thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. Constructive criticism is always welcome, guys. You know, this is, like I've said in a few years ago in previous videos, this channel is your channel as much as it is mine. I want to make sure that I'm getting things out of it. And most importantly, though, is I want to make sure that you guys are getting something out of it, and you're improving the way I prep, and hopefully I present something which improves the way that you guys prep. So thanks for watching and for supporting the channel as always, guys. Be safe and be prepared. Geordie Prepper here. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and subscribe and share the video too if you did. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down, and some constructive feedback is always welcomed. The Preppers Discord server is always available to talk to myself and other preppers about prepping and other relevant topics. My other social media is on screen now. You can follow me there, and I usually just use it to post when new videos are available. Don't forget to be safe and be prepared, and also check your preps.